I start off everybody's interview with 10 questions, more or less. They're rapid fire questions. You don't know what they are before, but they're basically meant to be just answered off the top of your head.
Okay.
You ready? First thing you want to do post quarantine?
First thing I want to do is hug the people that I love.
Oh, amen to that. Favorite part of job?
The moment I walk into my store.
Aw. Worst part of your job?
This quarantine.
Three things you're grateful for.
So many more than three things.
You can name off more.
My family, first and foremost. My store. I put that with my customers too, because I'm really grateful for them. And my employees, because we wouldn't still be going through this quarantine without my employees.
Good answers. First thing you do in the morning?
I get on my phone and talk to those that I can't be close to right now.
I'm going to ask you a couple questions and I'm going to have you take people through, because a lot of people, even though people follow me in stories and people follow you in stories, I feel like a lot of people still don't catch it and they haven't had a chance to see the new magical space that you have. So first, give a little bit of retail background for people that don't know you, and like how you started, what you're doing now, like just your whole thing.
Well, I don't have any retail background at all. Up until 12 years ago when I was faced with, I've been a designer now for over 23, 24 years. I was self-taught. I actually didn't even graduate from high school. I took my GED in the 11th grade. Yay. And my mom said you can graduate with a GED as long as you go to college. Well, I went to college for about 5 minutes. I started curating these, or finding these grain sacks. And I brought in these grain sacks and started bringing them over from Europe. And I started making pillows and furniture and accessories and handbags and all kinds of things. Everything that I could possibly come up with, I made from grain sacks. And they were from Germany and from France. And from there, my ex-husband and I had gone through a financial time in our life that was not so pleasant. I just looked at him one day during the recession and I said, you know what? I think I need to open a store. And he was in agreement with me and many were not. And it was 2010. I opened up my store with literally the last bit of money that I had in my bank account, and took a major leap of faith. My first retail store was almost 10 years ago, and it's in the same center where my store is now. And it was 1,000 square feet. And for the first year, I too was an antique mall. And then after a year of that, I just decided to take over by myself and just make it all my own. And
you had other people in there with you before, at the first?
I did. The very beginning, I had some other dealers that were with me. So I owned it, but then we had other dealers that were inside of there with me. So it just didn't end up working out. Like, it was losing its aesthetic. Like, the front and the back of the store was all me.
Yeah.
And then in the middle was other dealers. And as great as they were, the aesthetic was getting lost. Decided just to do it all on my own. After 3.5 years building the business, and it gradually built and built. And I shared on my own Instagram recently that there were months that I had to make decisions. Do I pay my mortgage or do I pay my rent? And I paid my rent because I knew that I could keep feeding my children if I paid my rent. So those were hard times, and I never gave up, and I just kept moving forward and kept doing everything I could, and developed even more of a following and more of a customer base. And those same customers are with me today, and it's pretty magical for me.
So now you, not only with the retail space, you also are working on product development, as well as you have a big interior design business.
I do. Product development wise, I'm always looking for different ways to build the business and kind of give it more of my own name, my own designs, finding different artisans to make furnishings for me. As far as design business, I'm at the point in my career that I am quite selective of who I work with. After years of doing it, you just realize the type of people that you want to work with. And when you're working that close with, doing people's homes, you want to be sure that you are working with people that you can really, have a good, what's the word for it?
Connection.
Good connection with. It's so important. Otherwise, the house is never going to come out the way that you want it to. I've been very fortunate over the last few years to have quite a few clients that have actually become my friends.
That's great. I kind of feel
Working
the
with
same
them.
way.
Yeah.
You went from closing your store to doing the store opening. How has this affected your business? Are you still able to do outside business without having the doors open to the store?
So the day that we were moving, we were told by property management that we could move into the new store, but we were going to be shut down for at least a month, the whole center. And just, it was like a mad dash. The whole team just got everything in here. We got as much done as we possibly could. Business life just kind of shut down. I've waited so long to have this store. Like, it's taken a long time to get in here, and I've worked so hard, and it just was very anticlimactic. Through Instagram, it's my, I've just been talking to my customers. I've been keeping it real. I feel like in Instagram, we all, especially, like, you look at people and everybody, looks perfect, perfect hair, perfect makeup, the eyelashes, the nails, all that stuff. And I just decided when this all happened, forget it. You know what? This is a real time. This is where we're all in the same boat. Business has changed, and like, we're taking turns coming in and packing up shipments. Actually, Amy's here now, and she's got a mask on and gloves, and she's packing up shipments, and we've been doing home deliveries to all of our local customers.
I said this to Dave the other night. It's like, as I'm washing out Ziploc bags, which I'm sorry, I realize how incredibly wasteful. It's like, oh, just take it out and toss it. And I still remember my mom, and she's still to this day, and she's not on here right now, but it's like when she went through her divorce, like, she literally had to scrimp and save, and the budget was so tight. And I just remember her budget meals: beef stroganoff, chicken chow mein, like
hamburger helper.
And it's like that is now all of a sudden what I'm kind of equating to, because we're all, like you said, on level playing field, but not knowing when this is ending, and not knowing when my income starts back up again. It's like all of a sudden, like I said, like Ziploc bags, we are cleaning those things out. That, and I don't want to have to go to a store and get any more. How are you keeping a sense of normalcy during all this for both yourself, and you've, like you said just a couple seconds ago, you've got 3 daughters that, how are you keeping that, when everything in life does not feel normal, how are you doing that?
Well, I would say that, like, by still coming to the store almost every day, and that's kind of my sense of normalcy, is walking in here, because I don't take a lot of time off, and being here is such a source of happiness for me. And so it's been fun for me to play in the kitchen again, and that's been inspiring for me. And I know the girls are appreciating it, although I'm missing my oldest a lot.
Yeah, because Bree's living in an apartment in Hollywood, right?
She's with her boyfriend a lot. So
have you
yeah,
seen her?
I mean, no, today I get to see her.
Oh, good. Look, you're going to start crying. I had said, and this, but from what I've gone through in my professional, like, I had stores at Fred Siegel, and the Northridge earthquake came, and I lost him, and then I moved up, and I ended up being a partner at Sweet XO, and we all know what happened with that, and like every little obstacle or big obstacle the universe has put in my path, I've understood. Now I understood. I can't say always, but I've learned not to fight it. And I've learned that it somewhere buried in there is a message. And I'm learning for the first time, it's taken 54 years. Like, I'm learning to, like, step back, be calm enough to, like, take in what's happening and hopefully learn. And it goes back to, like, it's always been my favorite saying is change is good. And
change is super good. It
true.
Is change to me. I used to fear it so much, and I will never fear it again, because I realize that change can bring you so many good things.
Yeah. And I think if you fight it, honestly, I think the people that fight it tooth and nail and they want it to go back to normal don't realize our normal 3 weeks ago is never going to be our normal again. And it's like the people that will fight it and continue to not not saying accept it, but go with the flow and jump in and swim and see where the current takes you, because if not, you're going to be fighting it night and day. And it's like, at some point, you kind of got to submit to, this is sort of like, this is what's happening right now.
Yeah, exactly. And it is what it is, and there's nothing we can do about it.
So now I want you to take us to the store. What's going to happen for everybody who's watching this is that a little bit of it's going to go on Instagram TV, and then the whole interview will go up onto the YouTube channel after it's been edited and whatnot. I'm not editing it, but
Okay. All right. So I'll take you on a little tour. Okay.
There you go.
So welcome to my beautiful mess.
Show them a ground, since they're right there, the chair. You've got to explain to people that don't know what a grain sack is, and then kind of like what you've done with it.
Okay. These are antique German grain sacks, and this is my beginning. These were used in Germany and in France. The farmers would use them to hold their grains. They would have their flour milled, and the way that they knew that it was their sack and their flour was by the markings on the sack. So the more wealthy the farmer, the more adorned the sack. Like this one has a beautiful little horse on it. Like I said,
I just wanted people to see it, because I know not everybody knows what a grain sack is. So that was a great.
Yeah.
This is my favorite part of the store. I will tell you that.
Yes. This is actually an old refrigerator that I got years ago. And we've had a lot of fun with that, Michelle, right?
Yeah. Reinvented 3 times over.
Yeah. We have lots of tabletop in the store. Beautiful art.
I love that print.
This is a table that we make here in California. These beautiful benches are from Belgium. If I stand back here, you guys can get a kind of a...
I love to see that you've got plants in there now.
I do. We did a photo shoot the other day, so got some plants in there.
So good to see green.
Like I said, a lot of different tabletop. So I mix the old with the new. A lot of old and new in here. And most of my antiques come from Belgium and France.
Feels like a million years ago since I was there.
We carry Varellen in the store, which is a company that originated in Belgium, and now it's made also in North Carolina. And here's another moment right here.
So name the artist of the photography work, so people, because his Instagram's pretty amazing as well.
Grégoire Moulin, and he's from France. He's a French photographer, and you can find his Instagram at G Moulin Limited Editions. But on my Instagram, he's tagged on a lot of the artwork. I don't know if you can tell, but this is 300-year-old French oak. It's really beautiful. These chairs do not look like they're comfortable, but they are crazy comfortable. My store is filled with all of my favorite things. I don't buy it unless it speaks to me. I don't really necessarily follow trends. I buy what I love. So we'll be able to work with our clients.
That's not found objects, you can customize by fabric and wood choices, and same thing with your hard goods, correct?
Right. We have a lot of different fabrics and finishes to choose from. This corner back here is a little bit dark because our electricity is not working. Again, this is something for us all to remember.
Damn straight. God, I can't get over all the plants. It's killing me. It looks so good.
Thank you.
That's always what I love the most, the green. I think it adds so much.
It totally does.
Tell everybody where they can find you.
28865 West Agora Road, Agora Hills, California. And on Instagram, you'll find us at Beautiful Mess, just the @ sign and then no A, but Beautiful Mess Home. And our website is www.abeautifulmesshome.com. Sorry to make it so confusing.
On the final note, what is a favorite quote or saying that you want to end this with?
You know what? I'd have to say that my favorite one was written by my daughter, Brielle. and it's live your truth. Anything less is
I
a
love
lie.
that. Love that.